I will never. Nah, man, I can't. You can't give up on Boosie, man. Listen to this shit.
Made the murder phone call from Papa. Shit, I'm fresh up in this bitch. You better
Cut this
hide
shit
it.
up.
Yeah, I got a dick, but it's only made for fire. I got like a lake, and it got fishes in it. My master bed in my estate, made for 20 women. Shit, I got hitters everywhere. I really say, how the fuck you let a pussy nigga kill a real nigga? I'm about to jack my dick off. She don't let me hit. None in my face, and she act like she watching television. I see it tight as bitch cut up. That's my third. But fuck the pussy, I ain't tripping. Just suck it, fuck bitch.
Hey, hey, man. Hey, I don't give a fuck what y'all say, bro. I'm not ever gonna not play Boosie's music. I don't. Did you hear that shit? Jack over to my state. Hey, there's no fucking way. I don't give a shit how, and nobody's condoning some of the things the man has said, but I don't give a shit how everybody's progressive, everybody's forward thinking, and not for any biggity statements. But I don't give a shit. Look, there's nobody within earshot of that man's music that fucking nobody within earshot of that man's music. DC's here, but I'm not finished. Nobody within earshot of that shit does not move around to it, okay? Like all of you progressive, especially you HBCUers, y'all niggas move to that shit, all right? Boosie comes on and you fucking move, all right? So I'll give a shit what y'all say. Chaos be damned. That's it. How y'all doing though? Why can't we hear fucking DC? Hang on. Why is this shit? Let's see. It says your mic's muted. Unmute the mic. Unmute the mic. Things are up. Stuff is up. All the things are on. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why the chaos. Is your mic on your phone? I mean, I don't know. It says like on the thing when I'm scrolling over it, it had like a fucking no mic thing. But I don't know what the fuck it is. I mean, y'all could at least look at the man's face for now until we figure it out.
Yeah, well,
Boom! There it is. We fucking have liftoff.
yeah, I don't know what that was about. But okay, we got it situated. It's all good. I see that's how you felt today, huh?
It's just chaos incarnate. Like I knew he had a project and I hadn't taken the time to listen to the project until as I've been in the studio. And when I say like, I'm not gonna lie, whatever, but I was here early and we're still late, honestly, because I've been sitting here laughing at that shit. Like I got like 6 songs in and looked up and was like, oh, finished setting up the show. Cut up, nigga.
For Boosie Badass, you lost track of time. That's some serious chaos. But I can't say it's any different than like, especially being in other areas. And I was reminded of this, like even today, when you go to certain areas, they're gonna play the local music, of course, right?
Yup.
But if you look behind some of them tinted windows, it don't be people you expect that's playing that music.
That is true. And I haven't figured out exactly how I feel about that. Cause and 9 times the best part is when you catch them, and this is the part. This is the nigga part. And it's like, hey,
Absolutely,
I see you quiet when you drove past me, but I don't know. I know
absolutely.
you'd sing those parts. And that's it.
I know you can show them this part. You got tinted windows so that you can see those parts with what you think is in peace, as if I don't have eyes and I can see. I can see through there. I can see I can see the lightness. Like I may not be able to see everything, but I can see it's lightly melanated behind, that window that you got up right there. I can see it's you. I can tell it's you, and I can see your mouth moving. I know you said, and I'm going to say it again. I'm looking now. Say it again. What was you saying?
Yeah,
It's a
see,
lot of that.
coincidentally, like I looked, I think maybe like it was like 4 days ago, and I was looking at Willie D's podcast, him Scarface, and they had Freddie Gibbs on, and it was talking a lot of stuff. And Gibb said some shit that I'm not a musician, and I don't know what it's like to have your fans say your music, but he was like, if we at the concert, if we at the festival, whatever, and they say my lyrics, like he's not really tripping. And I'm like, man, I don't know if I have that. I don't know if I have that. And I know you can't, there's no way I can whoop a crowd of 30,000, but like everybody shut the fuck up still a little bit. But he made a good point. Is like, what you gonna do? Like, you can't really like, you're not gonna get out there and like stop people.
Right.
It's like paid their money, and he was like and he kind of was like in the frame of like a festival, and they're singing my music. He's like, I'm not tripping. He's like, you're not gonna call me that in the street. And I was like, well, he makes a good point. You're not gonna say that in the street, but
You gonna jump out there and whoop everybody in the crowd?
yeah, no. But I remember
Especially, especially if you look out in the crowd and realize, like, say for instance, at a festival, there's 30,000 people here, 50,000 people here. I get $1 per person. Would I rather have like that 30, 40, $50,000, or would I rather jump out in the crowd and whoop your ass?
yeah, see, I feel it from a performance perspective. Me as a fan, I remember I went to some fucking thing and it was like ASAP Mob came out and like they're all out there. It was great. It was ASAP Ferg, it was ASAP Rocky, and then like songs started playing, and I was like, shit, I know it's some niggas being dropped, but it's like an ocean of y'all, and I don't even know who to be mad at. So I just kept getting drunk and then I left. But after that, I just was like, this is an uncomfortable situation. Like, this is a real conundrum to be fucking just, you know, fuck y'all a little bit. Maybe not
Just
a
a
lot,
little bit.
but
I
like,
mean, it depends on how you handle it. Have you seen Kevin Hart's series?
I started it and I keep like fucking starting it before I fall asleep. So like I barely got through the first episode because I'm like, oh yeah, this is interesting. This is all shit. So I
Fair
have
enough.
to, you know.
He has a couple episodes where he goes to the same thing with like a white fan that's like repeating his joke to him that involves a lot of nigga in it.
Yeah, see that one I saw that one where they were on the plane. That was an ass whooping. I'd have whooped his ass. Like the shit in the fans and the crowd and you singing the song. We could maybe, I'm not condoning it, but you could maybe have the conversation of, oh, they're caught up in the moment. That shit on that plane whooped his ass. Oh
I
shit, you
think
doing house, motherfucker, you doing house,
it
motherfucker.
depends on how you want to handle it. So if you were in that position, how would you handle it? Because obviously I've finished the series, so I know how he handles it later on. I ain't gonna ruin it for you. I'll let you go ahead and catch up. But like, how would you handle it in that situation?
See, Kev is a nicer man than me. That's one thing, I be thinking about. I've actually have that, my thoughts of grandeur here with this here pod and things of that nature. And I just be like, I ain't got it right now. Like we'd had a problem on that plane. Be like, hey man, like I'm the fucking, I'd have pulled all the fucking probably big dickness that you do. Hey, you have to get the fuck out this section. I paid my, who's the bajillion dollar fucking act. He called me a nigga. I'd have made it seem like we can either whoop your ass or you can, what you want to do. I don't know that I have that. Like the way, is it coming through on that one? I didn't hear you on the headphones. So I don't know if that mic
I just
is.
heard somebody in America.
Yes.
There I go.
There we go.
There it
But
is.
Yeah, but nah, that really happened to me at a red light. I was chimed into y'all conversation,
Mhm.
and I pulled up to a red light, and there was a white girl in a BMW, tinted windows, and she was playing Kendrick Lamar, Mad City. And I was like trying to catch her at the red light because she was sitting there singing along, and I think she saw me pull up on the side of her because that where you from, my nigga?
Yikes.
Where your grandma stay, huh, my nigga? She was listening to that shit.
She was like Simi Valley.
And I pull up. It was a big ass truck in front of me, but I'm trying to catch her to just get a peek inside because I knew part was coming up. I'm like, this bitch was singing along. Let me catch her. I sure was gonna look over and say something too. White woman.
I don't know.
Yeah, the white girl's moment.
I don't have that. That's I have a little problem with that. Like just in the Kevin situation, like, like I said, I can catch you singing the song and maybe give you the look and like calm down. But the way he was like, nigga, 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 like his security guard, how he was acting in that moment, it's like, yeah, nigga, like he gave him like 2 or 3 moments to be a fan. And after that, it was like, And Kev's thing made sense. It's like, we're gonna go to jail. And I'd have been like, nigga, you're a fucking millionaire. Bail me out, because I'm finna stomp this motherfucker ears together. That's crazy. Yeah, like,
Is it any different to say white chick? Now that song was worse when it was in its heyday. You see white people riding around singing 50 Cent and Big.
yeah, I'm like, I know I don't have it, man. I appreciate all of my allies and my friends and such that get quiet, that quiet everything. And yeah, my real I fuck with the real Nick. Thank you. I appreciate you, and like I fuck with you. Like
I appreciate the ones that don't even like pretend to say the shit. Like you don't even have it in your speech to even have to bleep it out.
Yeah.
All up out of here with that. Ain't no substitute niggas around these parts.
And I don't here's my thing. I fully subscribe to that what the fuck is, like, whatever that line of thinking is you niggas have everything. I can keep this word. Fuck that. I don't have to give it up. I don't have to be fair with nigga is mine to do with whatever I please. No, you can't have it. No, you can't use it. Fuck you. You got everybody. You can have your shit. Everybody got that. This is part of my culture. I can say you can't. I've reclaimed it for me, and I will whoop your ass. And that's it.
I completely agree with that, because like I'm one of those niggas too. Like it's a part of our vocabulary. Feel how you feel about it, but Black American culture, whether it be because of our grandparents that was using it in the 70s, fucking rap music, wherever it came from, we use the word nigga. It's ours. You can't call me no nigga. Like plain and simple. And then the thing about white people too, I'm on record for saying this, like they're so fucking creative. They're very, very creative with one thing. And that's when it comes to racial insults. Bro. They have the most creative racial insults. Y'all still got all these other ones. Y'all still call us jigaboos, cooms, all these other random fucking jungle monkeys and all this crazy shit that they call us, right? You're not calling. I ain't walking here like, hey, what up, my porch monkey?
How you doing, spear chucking ass nigga? Like that's never happened to
me. Yeah, like you feel me?
It ain't even got to be that vulgar. They can make it. What's going on, Jerome?
Oh,
what's your name, Andre? Like they know how to insult you without it being a curse word. So
damn, bro.
Do we get mad at them for the words, or do we get mad at them for the tone?
I can get mad at them for anything racial in my mind. Like, you got here pretty fast, Teach. Police, high speed chase. I'll whoop your ass. Like I'm fully in my right. If I choose to whoop your ass for that, I'm within my rights.
White sarcasm like pisses me off.
Like that's kind of like the. Sorry to cut you off, DG, but that's kind of like the story. You heard the story about the high school baseball player who left his high school.
I was with that shit, nigga. I'm getting the fuck. Get to the fucking championships now without me, pussy. Like, ooh, you did that. You should put that on the screen. That nigga did that shit. That nigga's a jeweler.
Icy.
I'm about to say, find the camera. Find the camera.
Yeah.
No, there it is.
There we go. There we go.
The other left.
I'm up icy.
He did that shit. Shameless plug, man. If y'all need some fucking serious some shit, that's the nigga right there. Like, yeah.
But yeah, I can understand. So with that, a question came to mind. For us as Black people that actually accept the culture, a part of the culture, have pride in it. We're not trying to assimilate into white Eurocentric culture and things of that nature. Does everything have to be about race for us?
I think, actually, coincidentally, like I had titled this fucking the episode like that quote that we were talking about earlier, like, I don't even know what the fuck it was. It was like, everybody, any fool can know, but the goal is to understand. So like with that kind of in mind, like everything kind of does have to be about race, because I can know that, yes, man, I know that I'm in a better spot than, say, slaves. Nobody is outside whooping the skin off my back on a daily basis. I know that. But y'all need to understand that this shit is still deeply rooted. We're having fucking conversations about what's that shit, critical race theory, like it's making white people know that it's trash. And it's like, nigga, it's not about y'all being trash. It's about understanding that there are systemic issues that make my plight way fucking harder than yours. I don't give a shit if I got 17 degrees, all doctorates. I still might have to be I'm this close to a motherfucking white dude who, tripped and fell through high school. So it's, yeah, fuck y'all.
I see. I'm a niggerize it in because I love all that. I love all that, right? But I'm a niggerize it and I'm gonna keep it very, very simple, right? Um, despite whatever happens in this country, like whatever, I mean, despite whatever happens in your life personally, everything in this country, as far as us go, even if we, I guess, were to quote unquote transcend race or elevate social status or whatever, it still has to be about race because everything in this country is about race. And no matter how far we make it in America, like you say, you could have 17 bachelor degree or 17 master degrees, fucking doctor degrees, whatever. And there's still people in America that's gonna see you as a nigga. Like plain and simple.
Oh shit, we got Gates in the chat. Gates in the chat. Agreed. They make everything about race and we respond to it. But even that thing you said, I hate that term to my fucking core, transcend race. I am black. I'm not transcending this shit. I am black. I am a black. I'm not transcending this motherfucker. I'm not growing out of it. I'm not
despise it. Yeah. But there's people out there that feel like they're like they transcended race to where it's like they're bigger than their blackness.
I'm not gonna hold you. I think them niggas is weak. I be thinking they be trying to like that's some real covert assimilation talk, and they kiss the dirtiest part of my ass, like fresh out the gym. Fuck them.
I'll say this. For those of us, go ahead, GG.
Nah, I was just asking who was the first nigga to transcend race, but you probably have some more important shit to say.
No, I was just gonna say when it comes to even transcending race, we can't. That's a social construct that they made up.
Exactly.
They created the division as a reason to try to establish their hierarchy amongst the world. They created race because we all know that that's not real. We have cultures, we have regions that we're from, but there is no real race. So how do you transcend something that is a social construct that was created, that was not created by us?
Exactly.
And when it comes to black, we accept being black, but black is a trauma response. That's a subculture that we created in response to how we were treated. That's not an actual race. That's just how we do things based on how we've been treated.
Hey, you know some trippy shit? I don't even know how or why. I was on Google, just randomly Googling shit, Wikipedia this, Wikipedia that. And I clicked on the Wikipedia link for African American. So I actually read the Wikipedia profile for African American. You know, it's the craziest shit. It says African American history began in 1612 when African slaves were brought into the United States of America via the transatlantic slave trade from continental Africa. I said, ain't this about a bitch? Like they literally started our history as slavery. I said, oh, what the fuck? And of course, it just got me curious in the motherfucker. But I'm like, damn, that's like. It's cool that that's really how they define us. Like the people, like they whole history start here.
I mean, it makes
sense from their point of view.
Yeah, and it makes sense from a space of like if I want to, it's all the same, trendy fucking memes. Everybody like if you want to control a motherfucker, you tell them, hey man, your shit started at bullshit, which makes everything that we're like everything that's happening now. Oh man, at least I'm not a slave because
that's what my father always tells me though, and it's crazy though because it really gives validity to what he always says. Like he always preaches to me, you need to know your history, you need to learn your history. You so bright, but you know so much from a Eurocentric standpoint, and different things like that.
It's a bar.
Nah, that's what he tells me. And I've been kind of combative about it, just throughout the years, but as of very recent. I've had to accept the fact that it's a lot of right in what he said.
Yeah, I've felt that way even like early on, like before, like let's say maybe like I used to feel that way even like in high school before like really really understanding all that was our history. Because I would just look at other cultures. It's even just you can just take the fucking separate parts of white people. A white boy who's like knows he's Irish. Is like I'm fucking Irish and they got all the he believe he can whoop ass.
They come to school on motherfucking St. Patrick's Day like it's Christmas.
It's a motherfucking problem. Like if you're German, you probably besides that little Hitler space, you feel like you can just and even that you feel like you could just run the world like motherfuckers who know they're Jewish. I know I'm Chinese. I know I'm fucking like you. Okay, man, I can trace my shit back. This, that, and the third. If you don't have that, that's fucking.
I told you. I think y'all was on that episode with us when I was telling y'all about the white guy that I met at a party this summer, and he was telling me he could trace his family history back like 20 generations.
Yep.
All the way to like pirates and shit.
I've been 20. Yeah, but see, even at like 20 fucking generations
22.
to know that, like, my great whatever the fuck. Hey man, that nigga really fought in the battle of whoever the shit. That's some dope shit to know. That makes you feel like, yeah, man, I could
like, damn. Your ancestors probably brought my ancestors over here.
See, you better than me. I'd have fucked the whole. I'd have crashed the plane. Like, damn, that's crazy. Like,
I did hit him with it. Like, I was like, damn, that's crazy. I said, all I know is my shit as far back as 2.
That's a real reality for a lot of us.
We were at a party. We were in the smoker section, so I was trying to keep it cool, but I did still have to let him know a little bit though. Like, I was there on business.
Yeah, see, I used to have. I remember like. I feel like everybody, maybe I'm just trying to act like everybody's as fucking chaotic as me. But when you first start getting like your little like knowledge in, I couldn't go to an event with non-black people without fucking the room up. Cause it would always, like, we would get drunk and I'd be trying to party like everybody else. And then motherfucker would say some shit. It would just be like, it could be any fucking thing. Like, yeah, like, I just, like, it's just what I am as a person. Like, at least you get to know who the fuck you is as a person, motherfucker. Yeah. Cause all I got is my grandma, pussy. Like,
see, I was like a version of that since like 3rd grade. So I guess I ain't never go like full blown that.
Oh no,
my father wanted them niggas. Like,
I used to, like, I got my work at my peak. I was ruining pussy for the sake of blackness. That's when I was like, okay, I really, cause it'd be like,
we wasn't giving it to no white women.
It would be like I would, in my mind, I'm like, the ass is fat, but white girls always say some shit that usually niggas ride with. Niggas will be like, it's like, oh my God, like, you're so fucking like strong. And usually a nigga be like, I'm finna kill this pussy. Like, yeah, she's fucking with a nigga. And I'd be like, strong like what, bitch? Like a slave? Yeah, that's what the fuck you think. You think I'm strong? Like, you think you gonna break this buck, huh, bitch? Like, what?
You better than me. Yeah, that's the reason why I can't give it to white women. That right there.
I think
like if a white woman like halfway say something that I think she alluding to some shit. White woman, what?
I had like one summer where I was like going out because I got a homie who stays like in the fucking Chatsworth Simi Valley area. So we was coming from school. I had like one summer where I was like really killing it.
Just running through white women.
It wasn't like running through them, but like when I would go out with him, there was like a lot of them out there. So that was my one stint where I was like, yeah. Because shortly after that, I don't know what it was. I started like picking up books, and I was like,
that white
shit.
Pussy made you feel real black. You started thinking about
it. It really wasn't even them. It was like
that was white guilt.
No, it wasn't even that. I was just really like, I was, I went to HBCU. So it's all of a sudden we just, after that first, I want to say it was freshman year, because after that first year of just general courses, I come back and all of a sudden the professors got real uncle and auntie-ish. Like, as a black man, you need to, I was like, yo, nigga, like, this is introduction to, I feel you, but you don't want to, you're not just telling me about homework. It went from homework to like, in your life, you need to learn how to, as a stand up straight, boy. And I was like, oh, shit, nigga, fuck it, black shit.
Damn, I should have went to a HBCU shit.
Nigga, I came back home for like a Christmas break and we was about to party the same. And I was like, yeah, nigga, we out here. And it was one night we was like driving and like this group, it was a cool group and we was all out chilling. And they were taking us to some of these like, they took me to like, I didn't even know this existed until that time. Like they took me to like douchebag LA. Like when people come from out of town, they come in and they think it's all like writers and motherfuckers who don't wash their hair. And it's like, I'm a fucking real thespian. Like
that's everything from Hollywood Boulevard North.
Yes, we were, and I mean, we went to like, and I'm going out like us, so I'm dressed like we finna go out to the nigga part. So we up in there and just like, it's motherfuckers. I'm hearing people. I've never heard this in my entire life before that night. It's niggas in there like, so yeah, I have like a fucking audition, but like what my real passion is, and I'm like,
that shit,
nigga. It was a
I cannot stand those.
I'm getting into it with the motherfucker who's I go to the fucking, I'm everywhere.
I end up around those type of people so many
the whole night. I was getting into it. I go to the bar. I was like, hey bartender, man, let me get a, this is shows the type of night I was on. I was like, bartender, let me get some cranberry and gin. And that's the type of time I was on.
You were trying to find the blackest.
That was the type of time. And I walked up and as soon as he goes, first of all, I'm a mixologist. punk motherfucker, if you don't get my goddamn drink, boy, don't get your hands off me, nigga. This motherfucker. Like it was a terrible night. We in the car leaving there, going somewhere else, and the girls can feel me not fucking having fun. He's obligated to feel the same way with me because we both black. I dare you to try and act like you cool with this shit, nigga. It's weird in here. Nigga, we driving and they're like, we can go somewhere. And this is where I crashed all the pussy. We can go somewhere a little more like urban. Oh, we can go somewhere more urban, huh? I'm like, I just looked at him. I was like, in case you wondering, I hope you have whatever you have in here sewed up tight, because it's a wrap. And the whole night, it was urban everything. It was urban chips. It was urban drinks. It was urban juice. I was like, would you like me to crip walk up into this motherfucker, like at Catherine Hubbard? Like, yeah, it was trash. It was after that.
No, it wasn't trash. That wasn't trash. She deserved everything that she got in that moment because she know what she was trying to do. That bitch was trying to be funny.
It was fucking.
That was that white sarcasm that I was talking about in the beginning when I said I can't stand white sarcasm. That was that right there. Prime example.
And do you keep that same type of energy for?
So you want to go somewhere more urban? We can go
keep that same type of energy for the half breeds, for the passable mulattoes.
Actually, the one who said it was a half breed.
I know you said the half breeds. Y'all worse than us. I call them half C's.
Same shit.
We call them half C's on the Thousandaires. Y'all call them the straight.
I mean, I respect. I even tried the other day, like, to watch a little bit of the Colin Kaepernick thing. I respect people's journey as far as like you can't choose, your lineage, but I don't. It's y'all cool until you start getting weird on me, like with the fucking well, I am going over there. I don't want to hear that shit. Gone, because I don't. I feel you. I understand, but Paw would 100% have like put you in the field, so I don't give a shit about none of that. I don't care that he was talking
about the ones that be like, I am white knowing goddamn well that niggas
give a fuck about. I'm not going back and forth with you. I fuck with you. Going over there. In my mind, it's like I'm not saving shit. Like the door, like I said, door's gonna be open. I'm never gonna lock the door on my people, but like I'm not obligated to bring you in the house. You want to stay outside, bitch? Don't stay out there. Shit. Fuck.
That's a good analogy. Go into that.
I've said that on the show a number of times. Like we spend a lot of time. I feel like how do I say this? I'm not opposed to Wakanding that bitch. Wakanda said, fuck y'all, focus on us. Now, the only thing I wouldn't do, I wouldn't lock the door behind me, but I'm not obligated to bring you up the stairs. If me, DC, and Juju is going up the fucking stairs of blackness and betterment, you're a goddamn fucking business owner 2-3 times over trying to, build black generational wealth. I'm not obligated for a nigga to go, look, man, we all won. You got it, champ. I don't have no back and forth with you niggas. No, I'm not getting mad on the internet. I feel like a lot of times we do a whole bunch of shit where it's like we need to build with one another. We spend too much time. No, nigga, because you spend too much time trying to convince these 17 idiots when you have 4 motherfuckers over there that got it. Link with those 4. And as we grow, if one of the 17 want to come on, absolutely, man, bring your ass. But I'm not finna go back up here and fight with you about it.
I have a friend that's she's a lawyer. She's a real estate attorney.
Mm-hmm.
And USC grad, like she the shit, right? And I was asking her like, what made you want to be a lawyer? And she was saying it's just one of those things. Like I knew when I was like 12 years old I was gonna be a lawyer, so naturally. And I said, what made you choose to be a real estate lawyer? She said, actually, I came into it wanting to be a criminal defense attorney.
Mm-hmm.
I said, so what made you change your mind? Like, I know, like, shit, that would have been probably a good lick for you. She said, yeah, I never would have been without work. It would all like, I always would have had clients. But when I initially like got into law, I felt like I would have been able to save my people. She said, that was my intentions. I came into it looking to save my people. And she said, but the reason I decided to be a real estate attorney is because, real estate is where the money is at. And honestly, I realized that 2 things that, number one, as much as I could want to save my people don't even want to be saved. A lot of them, like there's some people that just don't want to be saved. They're content with their conditions. And she said, and number 2, I recognize that I'm one person, and this system is built and designed, and it wasn't built and designed for us. I'm not one person. No matter what I do, no matter how many people I can get off, that's not going to change how this system operates.
I feel that. I kind of agree with that in the sense of I feel like niggas definitely we stab ourselves with this weird ass sentiment of you got to get in the system to change the system, and it's like the system is fucked. You have to damn near blow the bitch up if you're trying to use the system properly. Like I kind of agree with her as far as like shifting and what you feel like you can do to help your people.
Because that's where the money is.
Yeah.
Like I honestly believe, and I think I'm on record for saying like money, and I don't mean to sound like that like greedy person or like that super capitalist, but I honestly feel like money is a large part of the solution to Black America's issues. Like in our mentality about money and about business and about how money works.
Yeah.
Like, so really money is the solution, because if everybody, like everybody else, if everybody had their own money or had their own little bit of money, then that's like you were saying, how you get that group of 4 like-minded people that can build things for their community. And then that kind of snowballs over time.
I think money is important, but money without the proper mindset turns into, half the fucking rappers or entertainers or shit like that. Like that's one thing that shifted my desire to even get into the mental health field. Like when I first got out of school, I have a degree, my bachelor's is in political science. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a little bureaucratic job or some shit like that. I worked.
TJ was going to be a congressman.
Or I thought about that. When I first got out, like my aunt works for. She retired now, but she had initially worked for the city, so I was gonna go her route and like, working like, she worked for the emergency planning department. So anything that popped off out here, she was like, command center, put the fuckers over there, and like cops go here and whatever. So I thought about that. I was going for all these departments, and I was making it really, really far, and just happened that stupidly for that career, but better for me as a person, I was doing like all these readings and shit. I'm fucking I got an interview on Friday. I watched the John Henry Clark fucking thing on YouTube on Thursday. So I'm in that bitch and they asking the questions about like, and it was like a perfect storm of bullshit. Cause even some of that was during like Mike Brown and shit happened. And like, so they in there like, do you think you can take orders? And I was like, if I agree with them, like all of that is just like, then that just was put me on to like the mindset of this system. If you want to go in here and think you're going to be, I'm not saying there's bad cops or bad people or whatever, but it is very hard to make these adjustments in these systems if up here your shit is,
and then people's individual livelihood become tied to it. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, like so that
a lot of people leave out.
But that ties into the money thing. Like money is important if you can use this money and kind of separate. Like your mind has to be. It has to be people first, like money. Because if money's the motivation, if money's the thing, nigga, shit, we do that right now. Niggas will fucking, man, I was gonna do whatever, but the money, it's fucking hundreds of millionaires on courts, on fields that said, I'm not even gonna say shit because of money. And it's like, well, nigga, fuck you mean? You just got like $10 million this year. You can't, I can't, all of us in here are various levels of thousandaires. You give me 10 million. I'm not saying it's gonna whatever, but it's like I just probably wouldn't like live like I made 10 million. I probably would be like a little better than this, and I'm gonna kind of spend.
You give me $10 million, I'm gonna probably go ball out one time.
I'm not even gonna try to pretend like I'm not a ball out nigga, but I'd ball out after I'd set up something.
I mean,
niggas see like, but that's the thing when I hear like athletes,
I ain't gonna be on my Kanye like. Just spend it before I get it type shit. But
that'd be with niggas. Niggas be like, ain't nobody telling niggas not to spend. Y'all niggas should just maybe, get something secure and then go ball out. That's ball out. I'm gonna ball out here this month. Maybe next month I start a business. Or you gonna ball out?
That goes back to the mindset part that we're talking about. But that's exactly what you're saying. Like to a degree, money is the root of all evil, right? The mindset of chasing money is the root of all evil. Because we the most get to the bag and ask people. But financial literacy is the answer. Yes, the wealth gap is important. Anybody can chase money, but when you got an individualistic, greedy, narcissistic mindset, you can have all the money in the world and it's not going to do anything for your community. But when you understand financial literacy, you can understand how to pass that on to different generations. That's intellect. How to understand money, how to understand the systems around money, how to utilize money in the right way. Even for us as educated individuals, say, yeah, I'll still ball out one time. You realize when it comes to our intellect, we are a top percentage. And if we still have that mindset, imagine what the bottom percentage is going to think. They ball out is going to be completely grandiose and they're going to waste all the wealth before it even gets back into the community.
It's going to be like last year.
And you got to take into account why you balling out. To me, balling out means I would like to take, like personally in my mind, I would like to grab everybody who who I love, who I feel like has contributed to whatever. And let's go to fucking some cool shit. I would love to see my mama and my daddy just like balling out on some fucking in some country they can't
probably throw
pronounce.
a yacht party.
Fuck a yacht party. I want them to go to somewhere they can't pronounce. I want them to, like my daddy always talk about.
I'll probably buy a yacht and then throw a party on it.
I'm not even Captain Jesus, but my daddy talks about like going to Jerusalem and shit. I'm like, yeah, nigga, let's go. Niggas be like, so I'm like balling out even from a sense of I want to make people around me that I love feel good. Sometimes niggas ball out. I'm gonna buy we talked about one time this fucking video that was around, and it's no diss to bro. You spend your money how you want to, but it was like little baby, and he had a shirt on. He said, now the shirt might have cost $10, but he was like, this cost $1,000, this cost it is. And when niggas do that, it's like that doesn't.
That shit is so fucking corny to me.
But that's what I mean, like niggas.
And I'll be working from them niggas.
What's that shit called? Niggas are working from like insecurity, so it's like the mindset of ball out, but ball out from a sense of like being secure in oneself. Like niggas be like, yeah, I balled out and bought, what was that fucking NFL player do? Like to me, that's a level of balling out. Like some thug balls out. I bought 17 houses, and took people like, I'm like, you don't have to be fucking Robin Hood, but I just feel like if you ball out from a secure space, it has a different look to it. Cause some of these niggas be like, this is what balling out looks like. And it's like, yeah, but if we're gonna be honest, you balling out because you still in your heart are the motherfucker who
that was broke.
Yeah, like you gotta get over that shit. Like you were broke, you're not broke no more. You don't have to be that guy.
And see, that's why I could get some money now. Like if somebody gave me $10 million now, that's why I said I probably just ball out one time, like some slight shit. Because I've went through that phase like 2-3 times in life. Because I've had throughout my childhood, I had like ups and downs and shit. But for the most part, I was like a poor kid. I was raised with my grandma and shit. Like so I was poor as fuck. And then I started selling trees like into my late teens and shit. And then my early 20s, so I was selling drugs. And that was the first time like I really woke up one day and like, oh shit, everything that I couldn't have before, I can go buy that shit now. Like, so I went through that then, and then keep it all the way G. Like even when I started selling Dre a little bit, I kind of, it was like a 2-3 month period. I was like, hold on, let me chill. Like from like, I'm not even gonna say when, because it was very not that long ago. But yeah, so like even with that, but it's like y'all say, it's just the mentality of knowing that, okay, I was that, I ain't that no more. Now let me forward think. I got this money now. Let me not fucking spend it into oblivion. Let me be a forward thinker.
Yeah, like I'm not even judging anybody for some of the choices they make. It's just like, you did this, make it make sense. Do what the fuck nigga say, man, I did, that's why I didn't have to. Great, nigga, like you exactly what you said. You did that, so you didn't have to. So stop being there. Also, right. I don't give a shit what somebody. I just want us to in any capacity do the shit better, because niggas be like, you literally moved the same way these 12 niggas moved, and all 12 of these niggas
got fucked up and fucked off.
What was
y'all all in the same place?
Even like I got bored and I was watching old 85 South show, and they had God, what's that dude's name? It's this nigga from DC that they were talking to. It was like a year or so ago on that episode. But the dude basically said, and it was just like, it always kind of throws me that like, if you're gonna do a thing, I don't give a fuck what you do, but just having knowledge in that thing. So if you're gonna be like the street nigga, he was like, niggas never pay attention. There's no such thing as a big window. Like you have a very small window to get it popped off. So like niggas never like adjust to be like,
it's a young man's game, and they don't understand that either until they old and fucked up.
Yeah, it was like understanding like there's no such thing as like a 10-year run in the short game. There's no such thing as like shit, maybe even 5. It's like you get a very small window. So if you popping really hard in this,
4 if you lucky.
If you like popping really hard in that window, when you hit the peak, you need to start fucking packaging shit, because it's like, nigga, at some point something's gonna fucking knock this from under us. So what the fuck is the problem? Oh, and Gates in here once again, not a mixologist. Look, man, that motherfucker was fucking with me. It was racism afoot. I fuck with y'all because all this needs to be said. We be trying, man. We trying out here. And yeah, the love of money has fucked niggas up.
Yeah, see, right. That's what it is. I know what he's talking about already. Shout out to Gates. The love of money is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil. The love of the pursuit of money, but money does very good things in the world.
Yeah, like money itself is
It's
But
the,
yeah,
it's the
Money is a wonderful thing.
your
You
audio.
know, to do it.
shopping, DC.
Well, that sound like
It's obvious.
yeah. It's
DJ D-Ray.
it's still kind of like we can hear you. It just it sound like you in the Matrix.
That's not one.
It's
I'm sure.
sound like you ask
It's not fair.
exit.
But I was going to kind of go on back earlier. We were talking about like the way that they infiltrated. We spend money on the infiltrated material.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm barely catching it.
Yeah,
I
I
was-
can understand shit you saying.
it was
You gonna have to dust yourself off and try again, my brother.
it was beep beep boop.
I'm not have to like.
It sound like we talking to Alpha.
Yo, what a fucking pull. I wish I'd have put that on that fucking post from earlier. But yeah, it do kind of sound like, like Zordon. Except way like, yeah, it sounds like a sultry alpha, which is honestly should be a good bit. Like, I feel like that. Who the fuck is
Like
making the
Alpha?
content? Yeah, but
Imagine
see,
if Alpha was black. Alpha was black for a minute. Didn't they try to make him like urban?
I think they did. I just think that
It
was
was
the
like a
thing.
split second.
If
like
they did
tried
make
to
him urban, I believe it because 90s cartoons was like nigger it up. Like the fact to go back and watch the Black Ranger is low key is like you were my fave because you were black, but
Yeah,
also
because they made
fucking
you black, because you
karate
did
fu
black
is
shit.
fucking racist as shit. This nigga was belly rolling and kicking putties like what nigga? Like, every time he came on scene, hip hop music, yeah, that shit was wild. Nigga.
Yeah. And then Trini, they made her like just extra Asian.
And she was, yeah, she was the yellow
That's
ranger.
that white sarcasm, man.
Yeah,
I'm
yo,
telling
she
you.
was the Yellow Ranger. He was the black. Yeah, it was.
They be trying to be funny. Like, oh, why he couldn't be the Red Ranger?
Yeah, that shit's nasty. I mean, I know in the later ones they did, but it didn't matter because that was like y'all.
Yeah, y'all solidified it. Y'all was trying to be funny.
Yeah,
And y'all paid them like slaves.
yeah, that shit was nasty. They was beating up Billy and backstage and shit.
Who's acting them?
Oh, yeah, I think that was. I don't know if that was, but that was a story that he got bullied because he was gay.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
it's
it was
like-
the 90s.
Yeah, that's wild as shit, boy.
We be making the 90s sound like the Stone Age.
No, like really them niggas like motherfuckers. We all products of the 90s. Like this shit is like like it was some wild shit going on. To be completely fucking honest, like and technology like definitely like just
Sped up the bullshit.
yeah, it just like you blew past because this nigga's like, damn, that's some shit that would have been said when I was in high school. Ooh, shit, fuck, that's some shit that would have been like I played Boosie to start this, and I was like, and as hype as that made me, I was like, you really like. It's a song on this nigga album that I haven't even touched yet. Like I listened through it, but it was like as soon as I saw, I was like Boosie and Webby together. You niggas don't. I don't know what the fuck is being said, but I know it's not okay.
It's
For
finna just
what-
be some- his new shit?
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna be some ignorant shit.
Yo, the one I played today was like him and Mouse, and I was like, this is literally this nigga made shit that would have worked when I was in college, which is dangerous as shit because what the fuck?
He got a point. Look, he got a point to prove. He trying to be funny.
That nigga- I mean, to a degree,
he trying to prove y'all motherfuckers can't cancel me. I can say whatever I want.
yeah, I kind of fuck with the. Oh shit, here they come. We done fucked
I
around.
didn't
And
do
said,
it.
damn, nigga, we just said we fuck with Boosie and the cancel police to pull it up already. But I fuck with like, I can't say I fuck with like all the things he says, obviously, but I do fuck with the sentiment of fucking nigga, like, come get me, nigga. I'm at the ranch. Like,
Yeah, well-
I don't give a shit. Like,
You don't have to agree with the message all the time to agree with the messenger, and you don't have to agree with every message to agree with the messenger. Because I understand contextually, I understand what he say, I understand where he's coming from. Some of it might be an outdated way of thinking, but it's some validity to it too. So we sit up and have conversations every week, and a lot of the shit we say may not be completely right, or it may not be completely wrong. It's just an opinion that we putting out to the world.
that's one thing I noticed about like where I know like we've joked about it where at one point it was like potting was like the ongoing joke. I want to say fucking this week Tax
Oh
made
yeah.
Tax made a tweet that it was like, before it was like the podcast niggas, but now, everybody is a podcast nigga. But it's some shit that like Charlamagne has said for years is like being in this space, having conversations all the time, and you have to, after a while, to separate us from like, daytime news or whatever. You can't just go, but the hot shit in the streets right now. You have to kind of explore topics. It's like, nuance and context is a fucking deep and important thing, because I find myself now, it's like being in it, it's like, yeah, we got to listen to what the fuck this motherfucker says. I've taken upon myself sometimes, and I know me and this nigga agree on probably 1.5% shit, is if somebody
You and
like,
Boosie? Or you and DC?
no, me and fucking Ben Shapiro.
Oh.
Like, I'll go listen to that shit for the simple fact of, if we're gonna keep the art of conversation like pure, and you have to like, because that 1% is necessary if we're gonna like better, people and shit. Like, fuck this shit forever, and it's like, nah, because that motherfucker might have a point. I don't agree with. I find myself now, I don't agree with a lot of shit Joe Rogan said, but I'm never gonna say throw away the fucking pie, because I need, because the way these spaces happen, shit, nigga, we need these spaces.
Yeah.
Most of I understand how people talk.
Hey,
And
you try again, DC?
you also have to understand how people talk when you're not around also.
Nope. I got it. I was really, and I was, look, man, I'm in here listening, like I was trying, but I believe it was some very potent shit.
I appreciate that.
I just feel like we can't. We also can't have those echo room conversations, because I think Black culture does a lot of that as well. Like we do a lot of in talking and in fighting, and a part of it is Black people business. So I understand that, but in any debate, you have to understand and oppose the opposing end. You can't just sit up and huddle with your team all day.
That's true. I my thing with our infighting is, it ain't like other people's infighting. To me, it's like
our infighting is public. We fight outside,
and not even just public. Our shit is like super divisive. Like, okay, I would up and down have I feel like this probably is an easy clickbaity thing. I'm a straight man. I could have all the argument in the world with all the trans and gay and whatever the fuck else, all the letters. When it comes to Black shit, I'm gonna knock the dog shit out of a straight white man with this nigga in the dress, because he's a Black nigga in the dress. Yeah. We can cover all this bullshit later. And that's where I feel like we fuck up and drop the ball left and right. Like, Black women, Black this, Black men, Black whatever. I'm gonna pick up the fuck.
They pick lanes with the other side.
Yeah, I'm like, my thing is with us is niggas never go like, bar none, I'm riding with this chocolatey motherfucker over here. Give a shit what I don't like her, but I love mine. And niggas just, we fuck up with that left and right everywhere.
That goes back to what we were saying in the beginning, though, with that whole separation and the act of transcending like Blackness. Like, even Shorts on Monday, this coming Monday, me and him gotta have a conversation, because he ended our last episode basically trying to talk off and explain why he ain't Black. He said he ain't Black. He's an African American, and he went into this whole like he's bigger than Black. But
I can see where he could potentially be going with that, if he's trying to, like sidestep the whole like, Blackness as a negative, or like minimizing us to just the color. I can kind of understand that if that's the route he was taking. Like, I can understand even trying to promote African American as, I am a product born of this fucking landmass. And if you do some, depending on the research you do, there's a lot of fucking shit to back that we are native to this landmass as well. So yeah, fuck that. Y'all not gonna take this from me and reduce me to, nobody else gets reduced to a color. You are Chinese, you are Arab, you are Indian, you are this, that, and third. Bitch, I am of African descent and American descent. This is my shit right here. So if that's where you're going with it, yeah, nigga, flip the fucking table over. But I don't really know. But I'm throwing that perspective out there, because y'all are intelligent individuals.
We'll see you on Monday. But
it's gonna be some smoke in the city.
Oh yeah, no, I'm waiting for him for that. But again, it's those people that feel like they bigger than they Blackness. Like, whatever they are, they that before they Black. Whatever I am, it don't matter what I got going. It don't matter where I'm at, because I understand how the world sees me. I understand how the world perceives me. I'm Black than the motherfucker. Like, Even when my mouth is shut, I'm black than a motherfucker. I could be butt naked. I could have on a suit. I could be dressed like I am right now, but I'm still black than the motherfucker. So I understand that. So primarily when I'm out in the world, I'm a black person first. And then anything that I am, if I'm a jeweler in that moment, if I'm a realtor in that moment, if I'm a podcast nigga in that moment, whatever, I'm that second.
Yeah, I think a lot of those mindsets, you know, and they be trying to sound all lofty and all whatever and shit to me. But to me, it just always sounds like you have categorized your blackness as a disadvantage. And I can understand that narrative from all the fucking shit we've gone through in this country and in life and shit. But motherfuckers do everything they can to separate from blackness because you looking at your shit through the lens of everybody else. And to me, y'all can, you know,
there are disadvantages to it, but I would still never separate myself from my blackness. Like you keep it 1,000, there's definitely disadvantages to being black in this country, especially a black man in this country.
But see, my thing with that is like I understand the disadvantages, but the disadvantages aren't inherently blackness. That's everybody else's bullshit they put on us. Being black is fire. I am.
Oh yeah, no, this shit tight. We don't get sunburned.
And that's what I'm saying. Like motherfuckers not knowing, that's important to know where it is and what it is you come from. Like that's some shit. Like I'm a big geek nigga. We all have like some little, when you be looking at the fucking like you watch your Conans and your fantasy shits and it was like these are the such and such a houses, they were the original whatever, and it's like, bitch, I'm the starting point. However the fuck this shit starts out, whatever the fuck this shit turns into from the year 4052 when niggas is fucking robots and beat boot whatever's, the thing that popped it off is me, nigga. You fuck, knock it off. The motherfucker who was up there high five when God was walking down on earth, high fiving niggas, like I made this shit. It was niggas that look like me. So y'all can kiss my ass. Like that's one thing that motherfuckers don't take into their day to day.
This shit started in 16 goddamn 12.
Yeah, kiss my ass. Y'all crazy as fuck. I'm not.
That was the most disrespectful shit I read on the internet all week.
It's just not. And also, like, y'all don't make shit like this, which is just, to me, just, you know.
And we said what their most creative talent is.
It's not like it just. First of all, as this kind of intros in, I just feel like as a community, I feel like we give him his flowers, but like the music this motherfucker makes, if for nothing else, it's black.
It's exquisite.
Look
it's
at
black.
Like,
this is what black exquisiteness sounds like. I don't even know if exquisiteness is a real word, but I'm really using that shit really right now.
I feel like he almost is in the ballpark of creating another genre of hip, because like
it's luxury rap. Luxury rap definitely is its own genre.
It just feels like nothing that touches.
I'm gonna start rapping again.
Nothing that touches my body should be not like
be a
silk.
Luxury rapper.
Yeah, and it's not just like balling. It is like this is regal.
Oh yeah, that's past player.
You know what? Rick Ross makes regal, opulent music.
Regally opulent luxury rap.
Listen to this shit. Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in, but like, come on.
All that gold on.
It sounds comfortable. My body is more comfortable listening.
Nigga, he found his flow soon as he got the luxury bars.
It ain't about who made the most, but let's make a toast.
Thank y'all.
Cause a lot of niggas told and kept it on the low. I was self-made,
We both gonna see
nigga
y'all.
never wanna vote. And before a record label shit, I wanted coke.